Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the Joyful Cook, and in today's video I'll share how to cook party jollof rice stew for 1 cooler of rice. With this recipe I'm going to share today, you can cook 1 cooler of party jollof rice. So if you want to see how I made this, then keep watching. For the list of ingredients, I have red bell pepper. You can use tatashe if you cannot find this, or skip this completely and use a little more tin tomatoes. Next, I've got some garlic and ginger. See, stop ignoring garlic and ginger in your meals. It can elevate it to sky 100. I've got some bay leaves here. You can use rosemary in place of this. For me, I think they do the same thing, so I don't like to use both of them at the same time. For the seasoning, I have curry powder, nutmeg, ground clove, jollof seasoning. You'll find jollof seasoning in the seasoning section of a store, or just ask your vendor, they will show you. You'll need some all-purpose seasoning, white pepper, very important. You need seasoning cube and some thyme. I'll leave the measurement of everything I'm using in the description box. You're also going to need some onion. I'm using the red onion, which I think is better for jollof rice, but you can use the white one if that's what you have. You need some tomato sauce. You can replace this with fresh tomatoes if that's what you have. You will also need some tomato paste, oil for frying. You'll also need pepper to taste. Just bear in mind that if you're cooking for a party, you don't want to use too much pepper because you don't know if everybody likes pepper. So to begin, I'll blend the bell peppers, the onion, garlic and ginger, and the scotch bonnet pepper. I'm going to blend everything together until it is very smooth, and I'll come back. So this is it already blended. Next, I'm going to be using the 2 burners because I'm using a wide pot for even distribution of heat. Pour the blended pepper in the pot. I'm going to rinse it out as well with some water and pour that in. We're not wasting food here, no. Next, I'm going to open up the tomato sauce and add that as well. Give it a good mix and cover it so it can start simmering while I open the tomato paste. If you want your jollof rice to have that authentic party color, you'll need lots of tomato paste. I prefer to use more tomato paste than tomatoes because I find that tomatoes kind of run down the color. Not so much tomato paste though. Remember, we are making 1 cooler of rice. You'll see the quantity I'm using, which is this. So I'm going to add cold water and whisk. The aim is to get it to the same consistency as what we have in the pot. I just love how beautiful it looks at this point. I can just stay here and be turning this thing till tomorrow, but I'm going to stop. We've achieved the consistency we're looking for, so I'm going to go ahead now and pour it into the pot, cover it and let it cook for at least 20 minutes. So while that is cooking, I'll go ahead and chop up the onion. Remember, I showed you 7 onions earlier. I blended 3 with the pepper mix. I'm going to now chop up the remaining 4. Don't worry, it is not too much. Jollof rice likes onion. 20 minutes later, I check on the sauce, and before I opened it, I had to turn off the gas because this thing was splashing like no man's business. So please do that so you don't burn yourself. Next, I'm going to just stir everything down. In fact, I don't know why we're always turning food. What is there to stir in this food now? I really did not have to stir, but I was just turning and turning. Well, that's the African thing. We have to turn it and heat the pot bing, 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 before we know we are cooking. Next, I'm going to throw in all those seasoning into the sauce. The bay leaf is not left out. I almost forgot it. Then I'll add the chopped onion as well. Then I'll add the oil. I'm using corn oil, but use any oil of your choice as long as it is odorless. I'm also going to add in some salt and continue stirring again. See, just stirring this now, I'm getting ready for comments like, the Joyful Cook, I love your recipes, but this is way too much oil. See, I don't like oil. Trust me, I don't. But some recipes like stew require a good amount of oil for you to be able to fry them properly. But if you watch till the end of my videos, you'll see that I usually scoop out the excess oil. And you can do the same too. Just scoop it out and then use it for other recipes like cooking another stew, making a goosey soup, cooking beans, and so on, frying your egg sauce. So I usually scoop them out, okay? So that being said, after 20 minutes, I went back to check. I'll stir again. Yes, and then keep doing this until the sauce is completely fried. Your gas should be on medium heat, medium to low. You want to slowly fry this stew. This is how to get the best out of any stew recipe. So I'm going to keep stirring. Cover and let it fry some more. So while I was waiting for that to fry, I just got busy in the kitchen. I had bell pepper to prep and store. I'm just going to wash it, take out the seed, and store it in the freezer for later use. So after about 15 minutes of frying, the stew is ready. Now, how do you know your stew is ready? You know your stew is ready, of course, when it is no longer slappy to the tongue, or when you can see through a transparent spoon very clearly. If you scoop some oil, you should be able to see through that spoon very clearly. The oil will no longer be muddy. That's how you know your stew is ready. So I'm going to stir one last time, and then I'm going to start scooping out the oil from the stew. It is even possible to scoop out every single oil from this stew. You're just going to keep doing it gradually until you've gotten the most out of it. So I'm going to scoop out as much as I can. Like I said, this oil is not a waste. Save it, you're going to need it. You can use it to make egg sauce, another stew, egusi, or ogbono soup. You know, so many more Nigerian recipes that you can use this oil for. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please smash the like button. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.